Have you ever noticed how the fear of saying no slowly erodes your presence? You keep agreeing, accommodating, adjusting, hoping that being kind will finally make you seen. But every yes you give against your own truth chips away at something sacred inside you. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And in this case, that fate looks like being ignored, taken for granted, or silently resented. While you keep wondering what went wrong, this video is not about rebellion. It's about reclamation, the return of your inner authority. Because the moment you learn to say no from truth instead of fear, something shifts. You stop chasing acceptance and start radiating value. He says yes because he doesn't want to lose her. He agrees because he's afraid she'll see him as difficult, distant, or replaceable. He hides his tension behind politeness, thinking that being the good one will finally make her stay. But the more he says yes, the less she feels him. At first, she appreciates his warmth, but soon his compliance begins to smell like fear. She doesn't feel resistance, no edge, no polarity. And unconsciously she begins to pull back, not because she wants someone else, but because his energy stopped holding weight. In another version of this story, he's in a long-distance relationship, always initiating, always available, always explaining himself. She starts answering with shorter texts, fewer emojis, delayed replies, and each time he senses the distance, he doubles down on reassurance. But the more he gives, the less she receives. Or maybe it's at work, where he never says no to favors, tasks, or requests, afraid to appear selfish. He becomes the man everyone likes, but no one respects. His competence turns invisible under the weight of his own approval-seeking. This is the hidden void behind every constant yes, the unconscious belief that love must be earned through compliance. But desire doesn't grow in comfort, it grows in contrast. When a man says yes just to be accepted, he tells her, "My value depends on your reaction," and that moment, the attraction dies. Because the feminine doesn't surrender to what needs her validation, she surrenders to what stands without it. The shift begins when you realize a true no isn't aggression, it's coherence. It's your energy refusing to betray itself. Every time you say no to what violates your truth, you say yes to your own gravity. And that gravity is the invisible scent of masculine power. You believe that pleasing her creates connection. You listen, adapt, apologize, even when you're not wrong, because you fear losing her warmth. But have you noticed that the more you adjust, the colder she becomes? In the feminine psyche, boundaries are not walls, they are mirrors. When you say no, she doesn't hear rejection, she feels structure. She feels a man whose energy has form. Think of the early days with her, when she used to test you, tease you, challenge your patience. Those weren't random games. They were instinctive probes, searching for your edge, the emotional ground where she could relax. When you refused to set boundaries, she didn't feel free. She felt lost. Picture a night at home. She asks a small thing that irritates you. You feel the tension rise, but instead of expressing it, you smile and say, "It's fine." She feels the lie in your tone, the falseness in your calm. Later, she's distant, distracted, scrolling her phone, and you think she's cold. But what she really felt was the absence of you. Boundaries are not about control, they're about presence. A firm no creates emotional gravity, something the feminine instinctively orbits, because it tells her, "I know where I stand." When you don't hold your boundary, you disappear inside her emotional field. And a woman cannot desire what she cannot feel. Your boundary is the silent language of polarity. It's the invisible tension that lets her relax into her own softness. Your no is the magnetic line where her desire wakes up. Because only in the space your boundary creates can she surrender without losing herself. You want to be respected. You want her to listen when you speak, to trust your word, to feel your presence. But she doesn't. You argue, explain, defend your point, but she only grows more dismissive. The reason isn't in your words, it's in your energy. Authority isn't about volume, it's coherence. A man who commands respect doesn't try to convince. He simply doesn't need to. Imagine a man standing calmly in front of a storming partner. Her voice is sharp, her emotions raw. He listens, not to win, but to stay grounded. When he finally speaks, his tone is slow, steady, anchored in truth. The tension in the room shifts, not because he won the argument, but because his energy never left the throne. Authority is not control, it's self-possession. A woman doesn't react to your statements, she feels the frequency behind them. If your no comes from fear, she senses weakness. If it comes from truth, she senses power. Real authority is invisible. No compliment can build it, no rejection can destroy it. It's the calm silence that replaces the need to prove. It's the gaze that doesn't beg to be understood. It's the posture that doesn't seek to dominate, only to remain intact. Stop fighting to be respected. Live respectably. Respect isn't demanded, it's recognized. And the feminine instinct recognizes coherence the way fire recognizes oxygen. Authority is born the moment need dies. You think availability creates closeness. You respond instantly, stay accessible, make time no matter what. But somehow, she only seems to miss you when you're gone. Because feminine desire doesn't bloom in abundance, it awakens in selective presence. The mystery you chase through tactics is not a performance. It's the natural aura of a man who doesn't need to prove his worth. In one story, a man stops texting her first. Not as a trick, but because he's actually busy living. At first, she barely notices. Then, slowly, curiosity sets in. What's he been up to? That curiosity turns into tension. That tension turns into desire. In another story, he declines a last-minute invitation because it conflicts with his routine. She's surprised. Her mind questions. He said no. Her body, however, feels something else. A spark of respect. For the first time, she feels his edges again. When you give your attention like charity, she feels no scarcity. But when you give it as a gift, precious, earned, and intentional, she values it like gold. Your no creates silence. Silence creates value. Value creates longing. And in that emptiness, she starts to feel you again, not through words, but through absence. It's the paradox of attraction. The less accessible you become, the more she senses your presence. The no is the portal where a man stops being available and starts being felt. And feeling you, that's the beginning of wanting you. In a world that glorifies endless accessibility, your no is an act of sovereignty. It's the refusal to trade your truth for comfort. It's the boundary that restores gravity to your presence. Every time you honor your inner authority, you stop chasing connection and start radiating it, because the feminine doesn't truly want to possess you. She wants to feel your weight, your depth, your edges. She wants to know that your energy has roots, so the next time you feel that urge to please, pause, breathe. Remember that your no isn't rejection, it's recognition. It's the voice of a man who has finally come home to himself. If something stirred inside you, it's because a deeper part of you is already awake.